Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we currently need to do some repairs here. There's no doubt about that. The Wolverine took a lot of damage. We may not wait for the Wolverine to get fixed up. We'll see. But for now, we're going to take this financial report, and that's going to put us in some pretty low cash. We knew that that would be the case. The Draconis Combine is upset at us.
Got the financial report.
Okay. I also don't care, so there's that. So we'll accept this financial report. That was always going to happen. And we're going to tick forward at least another day here. Yeah, he can, we can give him the Art of Assassination to read. Only for 90 days? Awkward. Okay, well, we'll continue on that one. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but sure. And we're definitely going to need to tick forward for a while longer here. We can, however, hop into the barracks and see what training we can do here real quick. Chronic Toast can get a point of gunnery, and we are very happy about that one.
Commander?
Yes, Commander.
Point of piloting for Coma will be fine.
Yes, Commander.
For Muffin Top. You generally drive the Battlemaster or the Orion? In either case, I think better sensor rolls is what we want here. Tactician.
Mech warrior
Okay.
training complete.
Yes, Commander.
Everything else is looking pretty okay.
Good to go.
Yeah, that looks all fine. Wonderful. So we're going to continue to take forward a couple more days here. At least 3. At least 3 more. Okay. That's how far we're going to tick. I don't think we wait on the Wolverine. Let's hop into the mech bay here and see what else needs to be done, if anything. Nothing. Okay, let's not wait on the Wolverine. Let's go ahead and deploy into what mission? I like the looks of this Blackout mission. I really like the looks of this battle. Only time to load 1 Leopard. Drop weight limit of how much? Run it about here. Maximum of 400 tons. So we have 30 tons to spare here. And this is not exactly a small lance right now. So if we were to drop, say, the Black Knight, we would need to free 45 tons. But what if we brought, instead of the Orion, the Hector? That'll give us 45 tons. Instead of the Awesome, we could bring the Black Knight. That gives us 40 tons to work with. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think we do want Paladin in the Awesome, as we had. I believe it was Paladin in here. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't... He's got affinities for it. Perfect. So, if we want to do this, we could think about bringing, say, the Midran Centurion and the Hunchback. That would put us at exactly 400 tons. And we would still be bringing our 3 assault mechs. We'd just be leaving our 3 heavies at home. And I think that's a reasonable trade-off. So we need someone with Hunchback and Centurion affinities. Brother has Centurion affinities. Who's got Hunchback? Anybody? Nobody. Okay, we'll just bring... Actually, we're going to bring Coldfire here. Okay. Let's do this. This is exactly 400 tons. This is a 3.5 skull mission. And this should be very interesting. We'll see how this goes. This is a little risky, right? Because we're low on cash right now. But we're going to get a good cash payment out of this, as well as theoretically some pretty decent salvage. We'll see what we're up against. We know, according to Darius, which is a very suspect intelligence source, that the enemy lance will be small as well. Now we are able to drop a lance and a half here. We leave our heavies at home, but we're able to bring 3 mediums and 3 assaults. So we need to destroy the Kharitan lance. We have an extremely time-sensitive mission for you. The remains of an enemy company are preparing to extract. Strike fast and hit them before they escape. We've only got time to load 1 leopard, but we know the enemy force will be small as well. Well, Darius says that, so I'm assuming we're going to be against, like, the locust swarm of, like, 20 locusts. We've got him, Commander. Right out in the open. These guys are amateurs? Okay. Do we have allies? No, we don't. That's not shocking, given the mission profile. We'll just deploy over here. We've got the high ground advantage. That is nice. We'll make our way up here, and we should have a good overview of what's going on.
Brown as far as the eye can. Okay, y'all. Stay frosty.
Well, that would have been nice to know. This is gonna hurt.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Huh. Now isn't that interesting?
They will be done.
So the awesome is gonna pop up over to here.
I'm walking here.
That gives us eyes on this Nidhogg that didn't attack us. Now we're gonna fire on the Crusader here. That's the obvious choice. I think we're going to fire... He's not overheated. Do we fire the Rocket 20? Take the small overheat here? I think not this round. I think we're going to fire like this. Our hit odds aren't the greatest this round.
Taking the shot.
Okay, we did hit with one of those heavy PPCs. I find it very interesting that their Nidhogg didn't come in and go for the bomb on us clustered.
Orders.
The Battlemaster is going to make his way up over here, mostly to spread out, but also be able to fire on that Crusader. Obviously, we don't fire the improved heavy laser. We don't have the heat for that. But we're going to do something like this.
Locked up.
Not awful damage for round 1 there. Okay.
Standing by.
Our AH Centurion can actually walk in and go for the melee attack. This is our long-range Centurion, though, so I think we're going to keep it back a little bit further. Something more like this.
Moving out.
Hit odds on the LRM isn't great, but if we manage to tag it, then it'll go much better.
Roger that.
Okay, we did manage to tag it there.
Yes, Commander.
And now the J Centurion would have to charge, but we're going to move off into this side flank here.
I copy.
Now, this Crusader is unsteady. So this is going to hurt him quite a lot. We're attacking his weak flank as well. Structure exposure.
Solid connection on that one.
And at this point, our Salamander is going to step forward. And I'm doing that very deliberately. We're not going to fire the Arrow 4, just the large X-Pulse.
Acknowledged.
Okay, 80 damage into that Crusader. And finally, the Hunchy. Now, this is definitely in minimum range here. We're going to use the Hunchy's Deadfire ammo. Actually, that's worse. Why is that worse here? Minimum range less than 90 meters. I would have expected Deadfire to be objectively better in this situation. Maybe we'll just save the heat for right now and just fire the lasers.
Right, Commander.
That'll do. Not quite a knockdown, but that's okay. Trying to do a lot of AoE damage there. That's a knockdown on that Crusader, though. They didn't get much done there, in all honesty.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
Okay, there's a Stinger over there. I don't care about a Stinger. So at this point, our Midran Centurion is going to step up past the Crusader.
Move order received.
And we're going to fire on this Nidhogg. Do we get better odds with the precision ammo? We do. Light him up. Decent damage there. Phase 20. We don't know when their gunships move. We have managed to spread out a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked. Uh-oh. Okay.
Reporting. Starting to cook. Getting pretty hot in here.
That could have been worse.
Yes, Commander.
That could have been worse. The Awesome is going to move up here. And we are at this point going to fire on this Nidhogg. Now we can't really get away with firing our ER PPCs. But what we can do is fire the bolt-on eye rockets. We've already triggered its AMS once. How many more can it possibly have?
Engaging target.
Well, that answers that question. Had enough for that.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
Okay. As an Owens, not frightening. Okay.
Standing by.
Our long-range Centurion is going to move back a touch over to here.
Roger
Let's take a
that.
look at these hit odds. We're going to go for the Crusader. I want the kill on that Crusader right now.
Affirmative. Scored a critical hit.
There we go. Pilot ejection. That's what we're happy to see right there. Second Nidhogg. That could have been worse as well.
Minor damage, Commander.
Yeah, that was the second Nidhogg there.
Waiting for orders.
So the Hunchy is going to step back,
On my way.
and we're going to fire on that Nidhogg. Not very much. We're just looking to trigger the AMS here.
Roger that.
We did not get an AMS trigger there. That's
My
good to
heat
see.
Getting pretty high.
Okay.
Waiting for
The
orders.
Battlemaster is now going to step forward.
No problem. On my way.
This Nidhogg is in our sights. Do we take this overheat? I doubt it. But we can do the rest of this.
Engaging target.
Good armor reduction on that Nidhogg, but we would like to see more.
Standing by.
Definitely more. So we're going to fire on this Nidhogg here. Once again. And we're going to fire with Arrow 4s in flak mode here. We're going to fire guided Arrow 4s in flak if we can. No, we're better off with standard by far. Okay. Light them up.
Locked on target.
Very good damage on that Nidhogg.
Reporting major armor loss. Watch my heat.
Okay, the LRM carrier is going to fire on the Centurion this time. That's not that bad. I mean, the acid is rough.
Losing armor.
There's no doubt about it.
My armor's getting stripped off.
Phase 22, we don't know who moves. Second Nidhogg. That's not frightening at all. Not an issue. Okay.
Standing by.
This Centurion is going to move past this Nidhogg. Let's see here. Phase 19. Yes. This Centurion is going to move past this Nidhogg over to here.
Confirmed.
We're going to fire on this one. Unfortunately, is that a lack of sensor roll? We failed the sensor roll. Okay. Unfortunate. The Midran is also jammed.
Run.
But we'll trigger the AMS. Sounds good. Who do they move next? Someone over here, I'm guessing. Okay. They've got somebody with a PPC out there. And there's a Stinger. This is a pretty light lance over here. So
Aye, aye.
no big deal there. Our long-range Centurion is going to pop down over here where it's a little more out of LOS since we've got that acid eating away at us. And we're going to fire on this Nidhogg. These hit odds on the Ultra AC5 are not great. Apparently we have no visuals on the Nidhogg. I'm not sure I agree with that statement, but okay. We'll get those AMSs triggered. There we go. Phase 20. See what we've got moving out over here is the Owens. Okay.
Got
The
something.
Battlemaster now steps in over here. and we're going to fire on this Nidhogg. Our Ultra AC-10 is jammed. We're not in a position to fire the heavy laser this time, unfortunately. Unless we fire it anyway. Odds are extremely good that we shut down from this. So we won't. Sad that we're jammed.
Engaging.
But okay. We'll chip away at that armor even further. And who's going to move next? Wait, the Nidhogg moves now? Wait, what? He's phase 19!
Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
The heat is frying.
Oh,
my
we had already moved that Centurion, didn't we? That was my bad. I assumed that we hadn't moved that Centurion. I was confused, but this was the end of phase 19, not the beginning. Okay, that was my bad, but we're fine. We're fine for now. Salamander is going to go for this Nidhogg with just the single flak arrow 4.
Target confirmed.
And we missed. But we did do a little bit of splash damage there.
I'm ready.
The Awesome is going to turn up over here.
On my way.
We're going to fire on this Nidhogg. Do we accept this? Yeah, I think we accept this. Well, let's also fire the Rocket 20. No, let's not fire the Rocket 20. That's more heat than I want to do. I'm going to not fire these 2 medium lasers. That was the right call. Fantastic. So that Nidhogg is
One
down.
more for the trash heap.
Next up,
Heat, damn
the
it.
LRM carrier is going to move. Is it out of its AoE LRMs? It may be.
Good to go.
This Hunchback is running very hot right now. We're going to just position here and brace to sink heat.
Getting pretty high.
Phase 21. They do not move the Nidhogg until phase 20. Unfortunately, all of our mechs are phase 20 or later. So the Owens moves up. That's fine. Stinger is just kind of running around out there. It's the Stinger with the PPC. I'm not worried about that Lance. And really, at this point, I feel like the danger point is mostly behind us. The major issue, of course, is that they can continue to increase our heat with the Nidhogg. And they're going to do exactly that right now. Or actually, they're going to fire a second PPC at our J Centurion. That's fine. That's completely fine.
Ready for orders.
The Awesome is now allowed to step forward.
Confirmed.
We're going to fire on the Nidhogg here. Hit odds are not great. We're going to not fire this heavy PPC in order to sink a little bit of heat. In fact, we're just going to potshot the single heavy PPC and sink heat.
Acknowledge.
We did manage to hit it there, which is solid. It moves now, and we'll see what the Nidhogg decides to do. It's probably going to keep throwing heat at our guys over here, right? That's not bad, actually. I don't mind that.
Good to go.
This Centurion is going to cruise around over to here.
Heading out.
We're still jammed on the Midrins, sadly. Our hit odds are slightly better on the LRM carrier, and so that's what we'll take.
I got
Got a little bit of damage in there, panicked it. The Midrin is now unjammed. That's a Griffin moving up.
Ready for orders.
Fine. I don't mind that. We're going to position the Battlemaster up
Moving
over
to
here,
position.
and we can fire on anything we like here. We get a destruction on the LRM carrier if we do this, almost guaranteed.
Acknowledge.
There we go. Now for the Nidhogg. The Nidhogg has already moved this round. The Hunchy can step up to here, and then we can fire on this guy just a pot shot with the medium laser and otherwise sink heat. Alternatively, we are slightly better off dead firing or actually Artemising here. So we're just going to do this, see if we can trigger its AMS.
Got it.
And that's exactly what we do. That's great. That's what we wanted.
Good.
Now the Salamander moves up,
Coordinates received.
and the Salamander can fire on this guy in standard flak mode. Hopefully the AMS is sufficiently triggered. We'll see. That was really solid.
No retreat.
Okay, he moves phase 19 this phase. We do have a phase 20 mover, so we're going to move the Awesome over to here.
Move order received.
And the Awesome should have moved back beyond the ECM jam. Yeah, that was my fault. We're going to go ahead and do this, and the Rocket 20 is not going to be effective, actually. We're just going to do this. Oh!
Mover eliminated.
On 34%.
Cooking my internal structure.
I did not anticipate actually shooting it down there. I thought it was going to get around to move. But no, we're good. Fantastic. So that's this lance dead. The reinforcement lance isn't that threatening. So we're going to start positioning for that. Who moves currently?
Commander.
The Battle Master. Okay. Moving up here isn't the greatest position for the Battle Master, but we'll put it there for now. Unfortunately, that Ultra AC-10 is jammed. But we can do just this and have a small chance of hitting the Owens. Oh, that was a solid hit, actually. 48 damage there.
Over the red line.
The AC-10 is now unjammed, so that's fine for next round. Wolverine way out there, pot-shotting that PPC. They haven't managed to hit it yet.
Commander?
Our Centurion can jump up over here. This is our long-range Centurion. We're going to pot-shot on this Stinger out here. I'm not going to fire the Ultra AC-5, just so that we can sink a little heat.
Engaging target.
Decent armor shred there, actually.
Waiting for order.
Our Salamander is just going to sink heat this round.
Ready.
This Centurion, the Midran Centurion, is going to sprint its way in to be able to engage this Owens a little bit better. I want the Midran to fire first here. That's a lower leg and hip destruction.
Reporting. Critical hit.
But we didn't take out that leg.
Good to go.
Our Hunchback is going to step up and just sink heat. Next round is when we're going to really start doing damage to these guys. So the Griffin backs off a little bit, fires on the Centurion. It gets a fair number of lasers in there, but our armor is holding.
I'm receiving you.
Our Awesome is going to step forward over here. All we can do is pot shot on the Griffin, and honestly, it's a reasonably solid pot shot. I'm only going to fire the one ER, or rather the one heavy PPC for heat purposes, but nope, I don't think that's a hit. No, that's not. Sad.
Missed.
Very sad indeed. So phase 21, we'll see who they move. It's the Owens. Cool. So he narcs the Centurion. That's fine. At this point,
Commander.
our Centurion is going to continue moving forward over here. We're going to take the cover. And are we going to fire on the Griffin at this range? I think we're just going to brace. We're pretty far ahead.
Yes, Commander.
So this Centurion is going to remain where it's at, I think. I'm going to Vigilance it because it is exposed and no evasive pips. We're going to do this number. This Owens is not going to like it. Unless we miss both autocannon shots on good odds. I guess that's something we can do. Is this a no sensor roll? No visuals. Okay. So let's think about moving the Battle Master then. Perhaps. Let's sprint it over to here.
Roger.
This is mostly going to be a heat sink round, I think. So we'll just do something like, not fire the ER smalls, but just fire something like this and sink heat.
Taking the shot.
Oh, we actually got the leg destruction. That's a knockdown on that Owens, so that is a pretty dead Owens.
Critical hit.
I wasn't technically expecting that, but that's great. We'll happily accept that.
Let's do this.
The Salamander is going to step up over here. We do still have 5 standard rounds of our Arrow 4. What are the hit odds on this Stinger out here? 8.8. What else do we have? 12.9 on the Wolverine and 8.8 on the Stinger, and it was this guy over here, the Griffin. 8.8. Okay, we're going to take the 12.9 on the Wolverine here.
Here we go.
Not good shots. We got a little bit of damage in there, but nothing too major. So the Stinger backs off, goes for the Centurion. Centurion is fine. No problems there. Phase 17. The Wolverine moves, fires on the Centurion. We're good. Okay. So the Hunchback is going to step forward to here. And we're going to fire on the Owens here. Just, I think... We could fire Deadfire here. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and fire Deadfire like this, but I don't want to build up too much heat. So we're just going to do this number.
Tell me what to shoot.
I was hoping for an ejection there, but no such luck. Phase 25, they're going to fire on the Centurion again and completely fail. I like it.
Awaiting orders.
This Centurion is going to step up to here.
Moving out.
This is, of course, our long-range Centurion. What are our hit odds on the other mechs out there? Indirect, indirect. It's all indirect. So we're going to not fire the LRM here and sink some heat, and otherwise, just go for the kill.
Target confirmed.
I really hoped he'd eject from that one, but no, he's holding fast. So our Centurion is going to step forward one step here, and I think we'll go ahead and take these odds on that Griffin. Oh, we only hit 1 on 52% hit odds there. That's bad luck. But oh well.
Commander.
The Awesome is going to continue to step forward over this way, I think.
Let's move.
We'll sprint over to there. 77% on those heavy PPCs. And I like those odds. I think we take this overheat. And do we take the 77% on the Rocket 20 as well? Honestly, yes.
Engage.
Good damage on that Griffin.
I'm out of SRMs.
Yep. But otherwise, we are fine. I'm going to sprint the Salamander forward here.
Full speed. No target.
Reason being, I want to be able to start going after this Stinger out here. Now, we're still too far away for indirect fire. But we'll go ahead and light him up, hopefully.
Docking on target.
That was one solid hit and one absolutely terrible one. Okay. That's fine. The Wolverine will close in a bit on our Centurion. This is expected. Does a little bit of damage there, but no big deal.
Reporting minimal damage.
Okay.
To get it on.
Our Battle Master is going to sprint up to here. And we're going for the kill on the Owens here. I would still like to sink some heat, but we're going to go ahead and do something like this. This is not much heat sink, but this is a guaranteed kill. There we go. And it was a small amount of heat sinking, so that's good.
That's a kill.
So next up, that Stinger is very, very low on health. It did get that light PPC shot in there, which is unfortunate.
Good to go.
But our Hunchy is going to move forward to, I guess, here.
Double time.
Now, we don't exactly have... We do have Listen Kill available here, actually, with reasonable hit odds. Do it. That Stinger is very low on armor. That's what we were looking for. Fantastic. So that Stinger is out of here. Next up, they're going to move the Griffin. That's okay. He steps forward. That's kind of foolish, honestly. They should be pulling back, but okay.
Damage minimal.
I actually didn't see any damage, but I may have been wrong there. We're going to sprint the Battle Master to here, and we're going to take a look at these hit odds. Good hit odds on that Wolverine there. Take those.
Target confirmed.
Okay, that'll do. A decent chunk of damage into the Wolverine.
Orders.
The Centurion is going to get aggressive here.
Move order received.
65-71. We can fire the small heavy lasers here, though, so this is what we're going for. Structure exposure on the Griffin.
Critical hit, Commander.
So that's great.
Commander.
The long-range Centurion is going to sprint forward. I was hoping to get LOS here. No such luck, but we will move up to here. We'll get LOS next round, and then we'll fire our LRM-20 at this Wolverine. Decent armor reduction there.
Orders.
That's fine. The Awesome is going to sprint forward as much as it can, and then otherwise sink its heat. Next round is a round that these guys are going to feel the pain. The Wolverine closes in on the Centurion. Get some solid damage in there. But we're okay.
Receiving you.
The Salamander is going to sprint forward up here. We're not going to be able to really do damage until next round. We're just going to fire the single arrow forward. This is our last standard ammo round.
Engaging.
I've seen better, but I guess it was okay. We did do some stray shot on our own
I
there.
am out of long-range missiles.
Our Hunchy is going to sprint forward here.
Damage.
And let's see how our listen kills are looking. 25%. I think we're just going to sink heat this round. Like I said, it's next round that they're going to feel the pain. The Griffin moves up, goes for the Centurion. Gets a lot of damage in there. There's no doubt about it.
Systems holding.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our Awesome is going to sprint to here.
Double time.
We have an obstructed LOS, but an LOS, and we're going to take it. Decent damage there.
I'm generating a lot of heat here, boss.
The Battle Master is going to head up over here.
Understood. Moving fast.
And we're going to also hit that Griffin. Sadly, the autocannons both missed. Very unfortunate there.
Heavy damage.
Commander?
Okay, the Hunchy is going to step up,
Coordinates.
and we need to do what we can on that Wolverine, which is almost nothing, actually. Almost nothing. But we'll see what we can get done. That was some armor reduction there. We'll take it.
Aye,
So the Centurion here is going to move forward. That outcropping... Oh, that outcropping goes out further than I thought it did. Okay, that explains a lot.
On the
But we're
move.
going to continue targeting the Wolverine here.
Affirmative.
Yeah, they're in kind of a little divot there. We're going to need to pull back our Centurion. That's fine. We're not going to need to pull back now. He actually backed out of that defensible location.
Waiting for orders.
It's foolish, to be sure. We're going to position our Centurion right down here. This guy apparently moves phase 24. That's okay. Fire on this Wolverine. Get as much done as you can. Not a lot done there, but that's okay.
Commander.
The Salamander is going to step forward to here.
Moving out.
And if we run this on guided direct, the hit odds out here on the Wolverine are actually shockingly good. We're not going to fire the large X pulse, but we want to fire this on guided direct mode.
Got it.
That was a lot of damage to that Wolverine right
Got
there.
a critical hit.
Okay, unfortunately, this Griffin moves immediately, but he decided not really to do anything of consequence. So we're going to go for the Wolverine here, and this is very likely, I think, a kill. We can only fire the one heavy PPC, but this is, I think, okay. Light him up.
Engaging target.
Fantastic.
Neck destroyed. Generating a lot of heat, Commander.
Okay, so this Centurion, now we want to attempt to get some LOS here. There isn't really anything that we can do about that because this guy is back in that little defensible divot. So we're going to fire on him. Got some nice internal damage there. Now he is
Target's
currently
taking a critical
braced,
hit.
so that's good to know.
Orders.
This Centurion is actually going to see... Okay, we're going to back off to be somewhere around here. I don't want to block LOS for attackers from this direction. So we're just going to light this guy up. This may well kill.
Target's taking a critical hit.
It's a lot of damage, but not a kill. This will very likely kill, though. It's a lot of internals again,
All out of LRMs, Commander.
but no kill. I'm actually surprised that that was no kill.
Standing
Quite
by.
surprised that that was no kill. So we're going to need to do these in guided indirect mode, and hopefully we get what we need here. And yeah, we absolutely did. Fantastic.
Enemy down.
I'm not sure I'd call that a milk run, mostly because they started with a heavy bomber right on our spawn location again. That's 2 missions in a row that it's done that, but okay, if that's how they want to add challenge, I guess that's one way to do it. So we got a little bit of money there. We took a lot of armor damage, and again, that's just because of that spawn location. Now, we could try to go for a Crusader. I'm not actually interested in that right now, though. A one-shot Arrow 4. It only weighs 1 ton. Does this have built-in ammo? I'm not sure if this has built-in ammo or not. I think it does. Yeah, weapon carries internal ammo for a single attack. I'll take that. That's very interesting. A couple of HVAC2s. That's interesting too. And then let's check for heat sinks. It's a double heat sink kit. We do have 2 of those. I think we're okay on these heat sinks. Heavy ferro is always an interesting thing to have around, but we have one. Stealth armor is interesting, but I think not strictly speaking necessary. However, MRM ammo Apollo, that's really good. We're going to take that. We did get an AMS flare. We'll keep that around. Light AA missile rack. Yeah, we'll keep that. It's a bolt-on weapon. Artemis 4 TTS. That's nice. Missile HP FCS. We'll keep that around too. That's an interesting one. And then Streak SRM ammo. We've got plenty of that. Yeah, we did get 2 Crusader parts. That'll be fine. So, I do think this will be somewhat expensive to repair, but not as expensive as last time. This will be a profitable mission. I think that there is no doubt about that one. And I think overall it's going to be probably somewhere in the range of 120,000 to repair, is my guess. We'll see what Yang thinks. But it is time to put a cut in here, so after we know how much it's going to cost to repair, I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see how much this is going to cost. 80K. Honestly, that's better than I thought it would be. So, as I said, that cut does need to go in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will see you all next time.